Hi everyone, this is Charity from the Scrap Fair, and I'm working on day 6's project for Marion Smith's 31 Days of Challenges. 31 days, 31 challenges, 31 videos. It's been so much fun, and I'm having a really good time. I finally found my video camera and the instruction book so I could set up to record a real video. And that wasn't working out so well for a little while, so you didn't actually get to see me color the tag, although I'm really happy with how it turned out. I used some vintage photo distress ink and some Sugar Plum Fairy Glimmer Mist and a glimmer screen from the Iron Works or Iron Gates collection to get my background going, and I cut that tag using my Cricut off the Sweethearts cartridge. I just pulled off some vinyl thickers. The letters love you. That's the sentiment that's going on my tag. And I didn't have any thickers in the color that I wanted, but I thought these vinyl ones would take alcohol ink really well. They're kind of a weird pink. It's really pretty, but it's a really weird color. So I'm coloring them using the gold mixative and then several other colors of alcohol ink, and I am using my blending solution here. And that pink work surface that I'm working on is indeed the Tattered Angels gigantic mat. It's been really useful because I craft on our dining room table. I started doing that. I had a room just for my scrapbooking while it was also the guest room, but I started doing it at my dining room table so my husband and I could spend more time together. And it's worked out really well so far. He's actually playing a video game while I'm recording the video. He's not in here while I'm doing the audio, though, because I was too embarrassed to talk in front of the camera with a live person in the room. Anyway, so I'm pouncing. There's a felt pad on my ink blending tool, and you can see I wasn't happy with the first set of colors, so I'm adding a little bit different color. And eventually I get it to where I like it. Sorry if I'm spending too much time showing you my methods of alcohol inking up the letters. I am pretty new to using my video camera and editing software to do my videos. It was really easy to do it on my iPhone. I really liked that. I just didn't like the size of the video when it got uploaded to YouTube. So actually my first goal today was getting the video camera set up and running so that I could record my videos for YouTube with the actual video camera. So really I'm doing two things. I wanted to make a tag because I struggle with tags for some reason. Last year my personal goal was to learn card making because I started out with scrapbook pages and for some reason it was hard for me to downsize. People kept telling me, my friends at scrapbook stores, my other scrap friends, they were like, you can do a card if you can do a scrapbook page, but for some reason I had a lot of trouble with that. So I worked on that really hard all year, and I'm very confident now in my card making. I actually make a lot of cards for other people, and I've sold quite a few where I work, and so I've done tons of photos of cards on my blog. I just didn't do YouTube videos on them because, well, there are a lot of YouTube videos on cards, and I think I take too long with my cards. I think it takes me way too long to make them, but I like how they turn out. Sorry I'm sniffing. I'm getting over a cold. I feel great, but I still am a little bit of runny nose. Eventually I did edit some of this out. You have to shake up the mixatives, and I've had my mixatives for quite a while. I don't use my alcohol inks all the time, but the mixatives have an actual little mixing ball, a little ball bearing inside, and so when they've sat a while, you will have to shake them a little while to get that ball stirring the stuff around inside. So that's just something to be aware of in case you haven't used them before. I also have a few. I don't have a lot. I'd like more, but I don't have a lot yet. This is the Ranger acrylic paint dauber. That is the gold one. I have gold, silver, which I'm always misplacing the silver one. I don't know why. And I bought a cream most recently, and I really like those. I have, the other acrylic paints. I have a couple of bottles of Glad acrylic paint, and then I have some Making Memories scrapbook paint that I've been using. But I really like the Ranger with the daubers. That is a book of their vintage perfume label stickers. A really good friend of mine gave them to me. She said she'd had them forever and was never going to use them, and she knew that I would. This one is one of my favorite stickers. They're really beautiful. I have no idea where they came from. But they're, reproductions of vintage perfume labels. And there's this gorgeous gypsy lady. I'm going over the edges again with the gold because I edged all of the card with the gold dauber paint, and then I put that sticker on it and folded over the edge, so I went back over the edge. My husband really likes this gypsy lady. He says she looks really cool, and he actually likes this tag, so I was excited about it. I also have these Meyer Road clocks. They're plastic or acrylic, and they're semi-transparent. Some of them have more black where the numerals are, like they're reverse image or whatever. But I'm using some more gold mixative on the same felt applicator I did my other alcohol inks with, and it gives them a really, really cool look. I'm actually alcohol inking the front of the clock face because it's really crisp looking, and the back side's a little more distressed looking. So that was the side I wanted to be most clear. I'm so sorry, you guys. It's like 9:30 and I'm normally awake at 5 o'clock in the morning, so I'm having a hard time here. I just used my paper piercing tool for the hole for the brad that I used to keep the clock on there rather than my Big Bite because, the paper piercer was right there on the table. This is about to be funny. I'm about to splodge out a bunch of paint on the mat by accident. I only meant to squirt out a little bit. And voila, there's a giant blob. Way more than I need. So I still wasn't really happy with the color of my letters. And I thought the combination of colors was getting too washed out. So I got this, it's called Little Red Schoolhouse, I think. But it's a Making Memories acrylic paint. I do like the acrylic paint. I just really like that the Ranger comes in that great shape bottle that's so easy to use with the dauber already on there. I don't have to get a brush or, I could use my fingers like I'm using now. I do that all the time. But they're really nice. I really like them, and the paint's really good quality. So now I am peeling my stickers up from my mat, which is great. These mats they make for crafting on are amazing, and I don't know what I would do without them. I don't think there's enough wax paper in my house for me to keep up with my craft mess, but anyway, so I'm peeling them up. I'm placing them on the tag. I originally placed them too close to the bottom, so I'm going to peel them up and re-stick them, but I'm not making you watch all that. But you'll notice right now they're kind of close to the bottom. I'm sorry, I'm working off camera a little bit. I got really into my tag. Kind of impressed myself with what I was doing there. So here I am sliding the letters up because they were hanging off the bottom, and I wanted something else to hang off the bottom that was not a vinyl letter. You may hear my cat jumping in and out of a box in the background. It's one of her favorite things to do, so if anybody gives us anything in an empty box, it always hangs out for quite a while for Starbuck to jump into and out of. I think she's decided she's going to be loud because I'm just sitting here talking to myself. Okay, so I just trimmed some ribbon, fluffy ribbon at the bottom of my tag. I actually cut my finger there, and I said, ow, and my husband came running over, and he saw the big blob of red paint. He almost had a heart attack. I'm sorry, it was really funny. He's like, you should warn people there's red paint after you said, ow, I thought you severed your finger. I actually, after I cut the lacy ribbon off, I rolled it around in my hands because I had some paint and ink all over my fingers, and that grunged up the trim just a little bit. It was just right, actually. This is some tissue tape. I love the Tim Holtz tissue tape. I love all the tapes, actually. I've got some pink paisley tape, and I've got some, I think it's called I Love My Tape tape. I love using all the tapes. I had them for a while before I figured out to just play with them. I don't know what's wrong with me. I have a hard time just playing with stuff. Anyway, I threw the tape down on my mat, and I just rubbed a stripe of my dirty felt that I'd used on everything else over it. I actually did 2 strips of tape, and I'm cutting a very rough image of a circle here. And then you're gonna see that I have stuck my tissue tape back to back so there's not a sticky side. And then I'm just pleating the alcohol inked up tissue tape around my really roughly cut circle there to make a really grungy metallic-y type flower as an accent on my tag to go near this little coppery distressed photo corner that I just stuck in there. It's a brad, and it's a Paper Studio brad. Both of the brads I used are from the Paper Studio. I got them when they were half off at Hobby Lobby in this little box full of brads in different shapes and sizes, and there's some clips in there. And I've had them for a long time and used them a whole lot. And that's some Beacon 3-in-1 craft adhesive that I'm glopping in the middle. It's what's holding my tissue tape on to that little circle and helping keep its shape. I'm actually going to add another big blob of that Beacon to the very center of my flower in just a second, and then I'm going to use diamond dust. If you've never used diamond dust, it's really awesome, but it is actual glass, so be very, very careful and don't hurt yourself with it. But it's clear glass. You can color it with your alcohol inks. Some awesome individual who, I'm sorry, don't remember her name. I was watching video response videos to the challenges earlier. She used it, and she showed us how to color that glass with your alcohol ink, so it's awesome. Here is my completed tag with fibers and everything. There's that cute flower. It doesn't show up as good on camera, but I'm going to try to get better with my camera angles and stuff, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You've all been so encouraging. Have a great day.